Jalen Williams and the OKC Thunder agreed to a 5-year, $287 million extension earlier today. And this was a big deal because now with keeping Jalen Williams, OKC has locked up their core of Jalen Williams, SGA, and Chet Holmgren. Their big three will be together officially now for the next several years, which was very important for this organization because these guys are their three cornerstones in which they expect to go on multiple title runs with. I'm sure that's the optimism within the organization. Now, was this a good signing? Yeah, I would say it is because Jalen Williams is definitely the number two guy on the Thunder. He is SGA's Robin to SGA's Batman. This guy had some really big moments in the playoffs. I remember there was that one game in the finals where he scored 40 points. So he's proven himself to be a legit number two based off of the last year's playoff run. So yeah, it was very big. But I think the bigger question now is, does this signing ensure that OKC has a dynasty? And I think that question is not easy to answer. Sure, OKC has their team coming back next year. They have their whole entire team. I don't think they're losing anybody of any significance from a depth standpoint. With that being said, you would have to make them the favorites to repeat again next year simply because they're young and now they have the experience. But I think this is more about not the upcoming season, but the season after the upcoming season on whether or not this team is going to be able to win multiple titles, because that's really when all three of these guys' contracts come into effect. And this could affect their ability to keep key guys like Isaiah Hartenstein in the future and other big-time role players. I'm just going to see who's under contract in upcoming years for them right now. I'm going to look that up. Let me just see right now. OKC Thunder. I don't know why I can't find them on Hoops Hype easily. Starting to piss me off. I can't find them. All right, I found their team now. Okay, so let's see who's under contract after the 2027 season. So it's interesting. They have team options on Hartenstein and Lou Dort. But I guess the question is, will they exercise those options depending on the luxury tax and the second apron, first apron thresholds? This is after the after next season. They have team options on Hartenstein, Lou Dort, and you look at some of their other key guys. Cason Wallace will also have a team option in the summer of 2027. So that'll be very interesting. The other key guy they have under contract for a long time is Alex Caruso. So I would say high chance they probably have this team together for 2 more years, possibly a three-peat, maybe. I wouldn't guarantee it. But yeah, next 2 years will be very interesting to see how this thing goes down. They could go on a historical run, but there's been no team in NBA history as a small market to win 3 in a row and even go back-to-back, for being honest. But I would say OKC has a chance to do something special up until the summer of 2027. That's when their key role players all become free agents. And I don't think they'll be able to keep all these guys after the summer of 2027. And I don't even know if they will exercise the options after the summer of 2026. It really depends on the cap. I'm not a cap expert. If they feel they're going to be in luxury tax hell with the first or second apron, there's a chance that they might not exercise the team options on guys like Lou Dort or Hardenstein and Cason Wallace. But we'll see. So I think it's hard to say whether or not this team is going to be a dynasty. Everything really depends on the next 2 summers, summer 2026, when it comes to where they're at when it comes to the luxury tax threshold and the apron thresholds on the salary cap, and then summer 2027 when for sure these guys could become free agents. So I would say the only thing that's really in their hands is the upcoming season. So I think that's an open-ended question that cannot really be decided. But we'll know for sure within the next year or two if this team can be a dynasty. They have some really great pieces in place right now, and if they win the title next year, then they'll have a real shot at being a dynasty. Because I think if you can win 3 and 5 years, for instance, 3 and 5 years, that type of ratio, then at least in my eyes, that gives you dynasty status. But yeah, exciting times for the Thunder. They're the champs. That everyone has to go through them now. The road to the championship goes through OKC. It's very funny saying that. I never thought I would say that in my life, but here we are, and OKC fans have a lot to be excited about.